What's going on, creative beast enthusiasts? We have the Pachycephalosaurus Wyomingensis with us today. He's got a bald head, so I figured I'd shave mine. Let's go. A little baby boom, baby. The Pachycephalosaurus Wyomingensis. That's gonna be hard to say. We're just gonna call it the Pachy for short. Everybody knows what that is, right? It's the Pachycephalosaurus, not the Pachyrhinosaurus, not the Pachypseudosaurus, not the Pachychaosaurus, just the Pachycephalosaurus. I made up like 3 of those. And this guy is awesome. I cannot wait to open him and play with them. You have this incredible illustration on the side right here, and that is the card art illustration. You have the back of the box with the catalog shot, and then all the cool facts and stats of this figure with every other figure in this wave. Bottom of the box, everyone who's worked on this figure. Let's go ahead and get this guy open. There we go, cool. You also get with this the illustration background, so you could put this behind your figure, make it look really cool, or do whatever you please. Where are the clouds? Cloud is such a weird word. Spino, think about it. Cloud. Cloud. Like when I think of cloud, I think of Cloud from Final Fantasy. You might think of the fluffy little balls up in the sky. With that, you get the card. Not only can you collect these token cards and just have them for fun, but they also work with our Zoic trading card game. So you can use these, and it has all the cool facts and stats illustrated by Gabriel Ugueto, but you can use these as token beasts. And as a token beast, you can summon with friendly fauna. You can utilize these for a sacrifice, meat shield, or as a friend to play on the field. They're very cool. But if you do want to learn more about our TCG, Zoic, go ahead and check it out. You can see this animation down here. It's pretty cool, right? You can see a couple cards pop up. It's pretty scary. Fun stuff. And it was fully funded in 9.5 hours on, what do we do it on? Kickstarter! So you do get instructions with this figure. So it just tells you a little bit about this figure and how to make it work to your favorite. You get the extra feet accessories, and just so y'all know, pointed out here, the jaw gap is limited when the head is pointing down. So make sure to have the head raised to get that full range of motion. You get the 2 different skull, top, head, dome things, pretty cool. Battle damage and non-battle damage. And then it's just showing you some cool stuff you can do on the stand. Why does the stand look so funny? It's a new stand? We got new stands! So with this figure, not only do you get the new accessory skull head for it, that's battle damage, you get this new stand. And I haven't even seen these yet. So these stands are brand new to these figures. I believe the little Allosauruses have them too, but look how cool these are. They're so easy to use. Oh wow, that's a good fit. And they're small. Wow. Let's get the tail out too. Whoa, this was like a real iguana tail. Oh, the detail is freaking crazy. I don't know how well y'all can see the detail on this thing, but it's nuts. And it feels really good. Oh my gosh. We do this the easy way. You bend half of the flat back on the tapey stuff. You put it inside the little circle, line it up, and once it feels really good, you just take this, pull it out, and boom, bada bang, boom, boozled. You got a cool stand. Look at that, and it doesn't slide. Oh, now we gotta get this guy out. Something just flew out of there. I don't know what it was. Oh, what is it? Oh, it was the top of the stand. Not only that side had the head and the tail, but you also get the accessory feet and the Pachycephalosaurus. What the heck? How do I always miss one? There is always one that I miss. Oh, the brown looked purple for a second. And we're gonna take off this piece that goes on the stand to put it on this top piece. This is the cradle that I like way more, and I feel like it goes on all these figures much better. Oh, I love him so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to really play with him until we talk about his paint, because this paint is incredible. It is based off the Tenerife lizard, as seen here. And it's easy to see why this is such a favorite of mine. Look at these striking colors. The palette is amazing. You get these crazy blues and like grays blacks throughout his skull and head, and it looks incredible. The blue dot markings on his neck as well look really good, but what really blows my mind is the transition throughout the entire body. It just looks absolutely amazing, and the fact that we were able to do this on one of our figures just shows how far we've come in these paint schemes, and this is An incredible, absolutely incredible figure. And the skull alone just looks great, but the body and the scales on the body really, really feel amazing. The dark washes through this give it a dimension of detailing that I haven't seen on any of our figures. This is the most detailed figure I have seen, and it's beautiful. I'm not saying that because it's my favorite, I'm saying because it looks good. I really love this tail too. It almost reminds me of an axolotl tail or a salamander tail, and it's super neat. It does have a bendy wire throughout the whole thing, and it is very well received. I like it a lot. I love his little arms with these huge muscles. This whole figure is just beautiful and incredible. You have a hinge joint in the jaw. Oh yeah, look at that. Full range of motion. You just have to make sure it goes over that piece of neck flap. Look at it though, it's perfect, it's cool. This is a floating neck piece. Really quick note, the jaw opens incredibly well. You want it to go over this skin flap right here, and you can open it super wide. It's not supposed to go that wide, it's supposed to only go to about right there, but you can make it open super, super wide, and it looks really cool. Now, if you want to get this guy in a really cool pose for ramming other Pachys or dinosaurs, you need to get this little piece underneath, let me get a close up here, underneath the jaw, underneath this neck flap. So you just rotate it until it gets in there. Once it's in there, you can actually make it go completely down. So you get this great flush so the vertebrae lines up, and he can ram all the other Pachys. Super ramming horn. And then you can make its head go up. So it just feels natural. It looks cool and feels natural. And it hides all the cuts and seams so that you really can't tell that it's not supposed to fit like this. That's beautiful. The tongue is not articulated, but it looks incredible and feels real and has an undercut, so it does feel very natural. The inside of the mouth does have all the teeth, so you can see the teeth and the tongue. You have a barbell at the back of the skull, and it goes through these two floating pieces on the neck into the front of the torso. So that's how we get this crazy realistic motion and movement in this head. And it allows for all kinds of positioning. It is so cool, oh my gosh. On the head, you do get these two different skulls. You have the battle damage here and the regular one here. And what's really cool is that they have these interlocking systems and key cuts on them. So they fit perfectly into the head. So you don't have to worry about it coming off or moving. And you can't even see the seam lines. Very cool. The arms are on a barbell as well, so you get great range of motion on these shoulders. Look at this. They can go out and down. They can touch and clap. And then you also have 360 rotation in them, so you can move them any way that you please. The elbow is on a disc swivel, so you get 90? Yeah. You do get 90 out of those, and the hand is on a disc swivel as well, so you can 360 rotate it and get great range of motion too. That's beautiful. These guys are cool. The torso in the middle of its crazy barrel-shaped body, which is just, they're so magnificent. Look how cool these guys are. Actually has a barbell too, so you can get crazy side to side on this, crazy up and crazy down. Then you get these awesome hips. So the hips, you can get them very, very wide if you want, or close together so they're touching, and you get great range of motion forward and back. I'd say you get about 180 degrees of motion forward and back on these guys. You then have the knees that have a disc swivel on as well, and they get 90-degree bends. Look at that. Oh, that's a realistic knee movement. The ankles right here are on disc swivels, so you can get crazy 90-degree bends and straights. And the foot is on a barbell, so you can get all the crazy range of motion you want, 360 rotation and articulation. The tail has a barbell in the base of it, so you can get all the crazy rotation and articulation you'd like. And then so does the tip of the tail. It's on a barbell as well, with a bendy wire. This figure is so advanced, and it shows where we're going with our line and how we're making crazy accelerations in all of our R&D for the articulation and these action figures. I really like that we get two options for the head. You can have the battle damage or the regular one, and that's such a nice touch. Oh, that's beautiful. And they fit so well. You can't even see the seam lines. What I love most though is the coloration. I can't get over the paint on this guy. The eyes are incredible. By far, this is my favorite figure. Not only is this one of my top 3 favorite dinosaurs, it is beautiful. I don't care what Ross says. This is the coolest paint I've ever seen. The bottom of it has this nice creamy color, but it's got great definition, so you can see all the details throughout. But what I really love too is the transitioning on this paint, because even when you bend it down, you still get the cool striped coloration, so it doesn't take away from the figure, and it fits with all the skin fleshy bits. So even when you do all the articulation points with them, you still see the skin wrinkles. And I love that. I think that's so well done for these figures. You do get the different feet too. These are easy to pop off. So on the back of the feet, there is actually an R or an L. So you can tell, that rhymed, which goes where. Come on, baby muscles. Don't film me now. Jeez, this is such a cool figure. Oh, I love it. Put his arms back like Naruto running. So what's really cool about these dinosaurs is they had 8 inches of solid bone on their dome, and they would put their bodies in this crazy position so that they could actually ram into things without obstructing their brain or their body, because the impact was absolutely insane. Spino, tell us what the Pachycephalosaurus Wyomingensis, however you say that, means, and what this species had this dome head for. What was the specialization of that?
Pachycephalosaurus Wyomingensis means thick-headed lizard from Wyoming, which is pretty self-explanatory given the animal's appearance. Their thick dome heads were solid bone that could grow up to 10 inches thick, and we do have fossil evidence that they were used for ramming into each other, because these domes often have lots of injuries or pathologies on them in the fossil record. Their bodies were also designed for ramming into each other while taking minimal damage on the initial impact, with the necks actually attaching into the base of the skull instead of at the back of the skull. So when they lowered their heads down, their neck actually lined up with their spine so it could take the brunt of the impact and not break anything. Pretty darn cool adaptations.
Thanks, Spino. Look how awesome that is. It is just gonna charge at something and blow it to smithereens. Now that we've looked at this awesome figure, let's go ahead and get him some really cool poses so we can show off just how articulated he is. I know this guy can't break dance, but he can definitely stand on one leg. Ta-da! Let's go! If you guys are interested in what I'm using, these are actually our environmental packs, and this happens to be the wetland one. It's really cool. It comes with a bunch of accessories, but they are incredible. Thank you, Mr. Dilophosaurus, for your deathly demise. Now that I've been able to play with this guy, the articulation range on him is absolutely insane. It's phenomenal. This is one of the best figures we have ever produced. And it really shows. It shows the love and attention, the detail that we put in all these figures, but the articulation is the same jump we had when we released our Allosaurus fragilis. And now we have the Pachycephalosaurus, and the articulation just blown out of the water. And it's so interesting to see that we actually had these creatures on our planet at one point. See if he can do our laying down pose. Let's try it. All right, so now that we've seen what this guy can do, let's go ahead and get him in that card pose. Super basic, he's just taking a step like this. So he's like turning. Oh, that's actually a really cool pose. There we go. Look how cool that is. You get the The Pachycephalosaurus Wyomingensis is incredible. My favorite beast of the Mesozoic figure. Thus far, it's awesome. One of my top 3 favorite dinosaurs. He looks awesome, and I cannot get over the articulation range, the paint, everything about this figure really stands out, and I am so proud to be a part of this, to have this figure in my hands. If you want this figure or any of your figures, go to our website, www.creative-beast.com, and get yours today. And don't forget, y'all, from the prehistoric to the fantastic, Creative Beast Studio!